Yep. It's a Friday. Friday. What's the date today? Today is 16, 17, 18. I'm not even sure. I don't count days, I count weeks. I told you that. And it's just one of those things you do your own way. 52 weeks in a year. So you begin counting. This is all perspiration, sweating. People ask me, go to your don't melt away. I cannot melt away. But it's good. It's good to sweat, people. It helps your skin. It exfoliates. Release all the toxins. Anyway, Sigana Balu Isayo. I just want to have a storyline today. We talk about my mom. Abantu bambuza ebibuzo bingi nnyo. Mama watwamulabanga Uganda Road yawo yavuganga Benz. That's 1985. 1985 ng'ali mu Uganda Development Corporation. How she got that job? Let's go back. The preamble would be, my mom didn't really have a silver spoon or whatever. She wasn't born in, the place. She was born in Kangurumira, Koroto, somewhere deep down there in Butambala. And she grew up in the rural, not even rural, deep down there, but moves to Kampala later on in her early years with the family. When my grandmother divorces with my grandfather, kati wajje Kampala bajja baana bato. So there were about there were 6 children, I think. Yeah, 6. And I think my mom was the second youngest. Yes. Okay, that's not relevant. But what I'm talking about there's a story about her and how me, I'm the firstborn, was so close. And the reasons to that, I think she wanted to leave all what she missed out in her early childhood through me. So my expectations from her were very, very high. Fortunately, I was very good in school. Very good, very smart. I always excelled. I was always, she was always hands-on with me, this and that. So, Kakati, they settled in Kampala when they came. And now, Kudabye, Muchi in the area, settling out. It was back then like a dwelling where Abadugavoba, abakajja mu kibuga bw'otagenda nga Katwe Nankulabye mu Kiyindi oba Katanga, such places. So a typical example would be kati nga Kifumbira e Kamwokya. Most people who settle there usually are transient. Balina gye bavudde and they're beginning life in Kampala. So kakati bakulu be Auntie Sarah, Auntie Joe, baani bonna abo bo baali batandise okusoma nga bali mu secondary. I think yalinga mu P4, P5 wow. Back then I don't know how the classes were graded, but primary, secondary were new things being introduced in the educational curriculum. So now, eventually, things take another direction. Kati mama wange, Auntie Joelia meets my father. Kubanga West Buganda Growers Union yaina headquarters in Mengo and Mengao. Big, back then they had the cooperatives and everything. But I think they had a relationship, something like that. Kanjita went. Kakati, they moved into my father's house, my father had already built a house and all that. kati and then nebabeerawo kati gye biggweera. I think the relationship with Auntie Joe, the elder sister, broke up, and as they tell us that my mom fell in love with my dad, and that was it. That was beginning. That was the beginning. She was very young. She was back then. It wasn't unusual for a 15, 16-year-old to get married. Kubanga ne bw'omulaba ebifaananyi by'embaga ya mama wange and my dad, she was very, very young. And I'd already been born. Kati nze bankweka, I didn't feature anywhere in the wedding. Kati luvannyuma nnyo naye nayita omwana amuzaala ddi. Where did you have Patrick omukulu? So that was kind of like bibaawo mu family, and that is the beginning of everything. So my mom settles in, she begins the family, 2, 3, we are. By 1981, we were already 4. But prior to that, yazzeeyo n'asoma ebyemikono secretarial. N'abikugukamu nnyo. She did well. But back then, they had this East African examination board and everything. I think the course she was doing, secretarial, you had to finish it in Kenya. So she went and finished it in Kenya and then came back. So by 1980, how old was she? By 1980, she was around 22. No, I think 22, 23. Yali muto nnyo. Kati n'ayingira ebya administration work mu Kampala. So, but with the connections my dad had and all those things back then, mchala wagoni, and she began her journey career-wise. N'afuna emikwano mingi nnyo, n'abamwagala nnyo, and they were a very good couple. Kyebanda awo, sibanaba nababulira where we grew up, Kyebanda. So Kyebanda was a suburb back in the day. It was fetwali ku eka nga 4 wetwabeeranga Kyebanda awo. So there was a farm, there was cows, there was everything. This is perimeter fence, very exclusive suburb, very good. Everybody was always welcome. Abagenyi bajjanga, basenga, abaani bonna. So, but my mom ran the show, isn't it? She was the one, young as she was and everything. So by the mid-80s, she's beginning to climb the ladder, and then she, I think, managed to get a job. Yayina emikwano mingi nnyo. Nandibabulidde emikwano gye gyonna, naye I don't want to put people's names. They are very, very, very good friends of hers. Abamu bayingira mu politics, abalala babeera successful. Gye bali era ne betwakula nabo bonna naye sagala bateeka mu mboozi eno. Yeah, but those who remember the Kyanda family, they know emikwano gyani. Bamwitanga Senga Night, my mom. Very many people in Kampala there. So nagala baleta ku the climax of everything, the climax of her achievements at such an early age. Wakati ali mu 30s awo. And then she lands the Uganda Development Corporation. I think at that time they were trying to really make parastatals be, the linchpin in government policies and everything. Hakati yeyo igondi jemula beyo Uganda hatcheries. Nga balunda enkoko, farms alinga nyingi nnyo everywhere. Naye the main farm was in Lutete. Sijja bigenda mu nnyo, but at the end of the day, she was executive company secretary, Uganda Development Corporation. Ne bamuwane Benz eyo gye mulaba. Mu kifaananyi wali tunanyira amuzeeyi baali lugogo. Ebyo bye mulaba ebyo bya UMA, Uganda Manufacturers Association, byali part of the Uganda Development Corporation. Era be baabisookamu. But James Mugwana bagenda oh na bali ba family friends bafu ba muzeyi, and those are the people I was always around betwabe nga tuli bato Lugogo showground byalinga mu showground mjabo kati mjita cricket oval, something like that, cricket oval grounds. Knowing it was my mom and everybody who was behind other things. So chema tengeza ko bagamba ati a lot of expectations on me were a blueprint from my mom. Yana linga ku Buganda Road ya onga nsoma. Nabera number top 5, top 10. Then the farthest I went was probably 9 out of 150 students. Then nabera number top 10. What I remember, she used to bring things for teachers. We had a farm at home as well. So when Koma walk to Kenya, I told you that I did not go to Makerere University. I would have gone because government sponsorship program gave you options for courses. I wanted to do law, but I couldn't secure the law course. Course the Bali Bampa course. You know these flat courses, BA Art something. And then my mom said no. Kenya. Also Kenya. She knew Kenya very well. She had friends there as well. I think she sold a very prime family asset to Ainet Taka Eka Chukumi. Kamuli mixed farm. Kakiri. Sente zavamu. Nizimaliza enyumba eyo ku Mahanda Road. That double-storied house. Zasigalawo nezigenda mu education. Kwe kusobola okugenda okusomera Kenya. So people were like, why would your parent, your mom, pay that kind of money? Sente zaali mpitirivu nnyo. Zaali nnyingi nnyo. But at the end of the day, as a parent, oba muzadde, obako ambitions nayo zoyagaliza ki omwana. And I went to Kenya. So, but coming back in 97, ngenda kumaliza ogundi eno. Msomye naye eringa nvuddeyo mu university kubanga sente zaali zitanso okukendera nga muzeeyi mulwadde. You know, everything was about hospital bills. Kati nyingira URA ntya medical gwa, rest in peace, yali mukwano gwa mama wange. Kati I'll give you that other side of how Medi enters politics. Because my mom was involved. Mama wange yali ayigidde ebyaki by'abakyala LC mu 86 nga Museveni yakawamba kubanga n'awaka we twagabiranga sukaali na buli kimu. So she had really gone far. Kati Kawempe division ebiseera ebyo ng'ekabalinga ne Kyebando. So tugenda okuva Kyebando tudde ku Mahanda Road ne bamuwoba LC2, LC3 n'abakyala n'abibeeramu. Kati muzeeyi ate waalwalira muzeeyi omusajja 1990 n'abivaamu. Kati come forward Medi ndozanga Medi ng'akyali ku university. I think he had just finished and he was doing law, practicing law somewhere in Kampala. And so I'm not privy to much of that information, but I remember we putting posters everywhere nga tutimba. 1996. Mwami Medi oyo ng'ajjanga n'awaka n'abiteesa ne muzeeyi Garo. So, but to bring the story to the end, because I'm going to give you part 2. 97 nga muzeeyi alwala ndi Kenya. Nkomawo nga nyingira URA era medical gwa yantwala. I remember that day antwala Nakawa nti genda kutandika okukola n'amaaso okugenda ne muzeeyi, and then that was it. And I worked there for 6 months. Then I set up my business, Paramount Entertainment. Nga meetings abazungu abo. Kati abazungu abo nitugenda mu casino n'abalala abantu ab'amaanyi be nalimu awo. You know, sija kubateka mu mboozi, but we from in Kampala and we met. Now, muvuka gwa bulira abamutaba, things like that. So kati Kampala casino mugiraba yali yakagula. Era abagirimu bonna nga ab'amaanyi nabeeranga nabo nga I am so good in engaging business as business n'okutegeera ssente kakati nentandika Paramount Entertainment which later became Paramount Investments mwengaggawalira. So that is a brief story, but it has got footnotes along the way. So there are a lot of questions people always ask me. Wakati mzee waffe weyavugira Benz twalina emmotoka nga nnya waka kati wamuwa Benz eyo eya Uganda Development Corporation as a company car. Mzee naye namuguliye emmotoka. I remember that day at the office waliwo ne kind of kascafo. Akati kati men we kind of get that jealousness or something like that. But my mom was climbing the ranks. She was really moving fast. You know what I mean? So, and that's how things went, and that's how things went. So I'm going to give you more about this story, and we shall enjoy it, right? Okay.